Pride celebration and parade right here in San Francisco.
Woo! I'm so excited.
What's that I feel?
An earthquake?
What's that you feel? What's that you hear, perhaps? Ready or not, here they come. Donna and Michelle, the Dykes on bikes, are already underway. Behind me, they're rumbling up Market Street. They're doing so at a pretty mellow pace, actually, right now. But you can already hear them. The crowd, by the way, going completely nuts here. Everybody's really excited. The beginning of the 41st annual LGBT Pride Parade and celebration in San Francisco is officially here.
Wow, I hear it. I feel it. Let the viewers hear it.
My heart's racing.
Have you ever ridden on a motorcycle?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes, I have.
I was in a sidecar once. I didn't like it.
You're such a wuss, Donna. Come on.
I had a red helmet. There they are. Yay! The parade has officially begun.
Look at all that cool hair. Perfectly cloth. Yeah. Firefighters on Harley Davidson today.
Those bikes are their pride and joy, too. Oh, gorgeous. Very organized this year, I think.
Extremely organized. More colors, too. You see this, more colorful bikes, not just the tweaked up diesel black Harleys anymore.
And are you noticing all ages, all types? I mean, it's really
And I got to say, I'm a little surprised this year. Last time I was actually on Market Street for a parade was the San Francisco Giants parade when they won the World Series last year in San Francisco. And we got a whole contingent of the Dykes on bikes dressed in orange and black for the San Francisco Giants as well. So they're showing their Giants San Francisco pride here as well as their gay pride.
I just got that reference of beers. That was funny.
Me too. Go Giants. Wow.
Gorgeous.
Now, you guys know there are rules. Not anyone can get on a bike and just ride with Dykes on bikes. You do have to have a driver's license. I know this because if you go to their site, they say so.
It really has become a sorority in a way. I mean, it's people that love each other, work with each other, do it here.
There's actual protocol, by the way. I don't know if you guys know this, but you do need to register.
Oh, really?
To ride with Dykes on bikes during the parade. You have to fill out a form, and you pay $20, which goes to funding the whole movement.
Some people question, gay pride. Sit back and look at this. Those beaming faces. It's the beginning of the best parade in the country. I see some red.
And for those tuning in from all over the place, and this is your first time seeing a dyke on a bike, which I hope it's not, there's a lot of rich history behind Dykes on bikes. Starts going all the way back to World War II. A lot of lesbians stepped up to the plate, took more of the masculine jobs, the labor-like jobs.
And we were talking earlier about taking the big triangle and turning that around into something positive. For a while, Dykes have been sort of a pejorative term.
Right.
They have taken that term back around and said, yes, we are, and we're going to be behind this parade.
There were some controversies surrounding the use of the term dyke. Donna was saying they have trademarked it officially. Dykes on bikes is an official trademark, right, Donna?
Yes.
They went to the Supreme Court to secure it.
Yes.
And it's just about ownership. It's about, empowerment. It's about not conforming to mainstream media's gender roles.
And you were talking about protocol. There's probably protocol I don't know about, like who drives and who's on the back and what you wear. I mean, there's probably all sorts of signals. It's incredible.
Well, it probably goes something like this. Who's on top, who's on bottom?
It's that simple.
Now, did you know there's actual helmet checks? And it's brought to you by Veritable Festivals. It's a truck, an actual truck. They have to do helmet checks.
Yeah.
And there are rules. You cannot pop wheelies while riding with Dykes on bikes.
Yeah, we really thought he'd try that. I saw one of those new things. It's a three-wheeled motorcycle. I don't know what you call it, but there were two of them, so I guess they're getting more inclusive as well.
You can actually get kicked out of the route for popping wheelies for doing something that might endanger other riders.
Well, safety has to be paramount.
Now, Dykes on bikes started out in 1976 with just about 20 to 25 women for motorcyclists.
I think we got about 250 women here today.
Exactly. I don't know if it is. Sebastian, can you see the end of the Dykes on bike contingent just yet?
I can barely hear you, Michelle. As always, it's a little bit difficult to sort of communicate two ways during this particular contingent. But this is one of my favorite parts of the Dykes on Bikes contingent, is when there have been 400 Dykes on Bikes go by, and there's still 300 more behind me on their way. It's really one of the most telling parts of the entire the contingent here. It's one of my favorites.
It's a parade into itself. You see it all. It's incredible.
Yeah.
I said all age people riding the bikes, all age bikes too. There's some vintage bikes, some brand new ones, little Vespas as well as big old Harleys.
So if you were a dyke on a bike, Donna, what bike would you be riding?
I would be, somebody would be driving and I'd be on the back.
So you're a bottom.
I don't want the responsibility.
So if you were to line up, and you were asking just earlier who would be driving, well I guess, yeah, and I said it's more of a top or bottom. Sorry. Joke, bad joke. I'd be a Vespa.
It doesn't work.
I'd be a Vespa, that's what I would be. I'm one of those metrosexual kinds of people.
Well, there'll be a day when all the parents will be broken down. It's coming, I'm sure.
I don't think I can balance anything that weighs more than the Vespa.
Now notice, during the parade, they do not have to wear the helmet because they're going at a certain speed and they have safety checks.
On Dykes on Bikes' website, they do say that, you know, we turn a blind eye just for the Dykes on Bikes for this special day.
What a way to start the parade, I tell you.
It's like revving up the motorcycle's engine is almost orgasmic, isn't it?
They want to make sure we heard that, I think.
It's an adrenaline rush is what I'm saying. Sebastian, you must know what that feels like.
I have an enormous sense of what it feels like because I take my life in my hands out here on the side of the parade route every year, Michelle. But I got to tell you, as I told Morris earlier in the promotion for the parade, it's important to not be scared. It's important to try and be strong because these are really awesome motorcycle riders who really know what they're doing.
I love seeing so many familiar faces out there. I don't normally see them on bikes. It's like, oh, I didn't know.
I think we're getting toward the end of the motorcycles, guys.
That means
a lot of bikes and a lot of noise.
let's take a quick break, and we'll be back with more of the 41st Annual Pride Parade celebration here in San Francisco.
I promise it'll be a little quieter.
Yeah.